Hey y'all, what's up? This is Mooka Chanel, and you're tuned in to the Shine Season podcast. Innovative. Hey y'all, it has been such a long time. I don't even know how to start this for real, just because I feel like it's been that long. Like 2019. That was the last time we talked on this platform. Like, your girl has definitely gone missing, but I'm back, you know? I'm back and I'm better because now we see each other. Like, you're looking at me, I'm looking at you. Like, it wasn't always like this. Like, before this all happened, it was just audio. But now I'm here at Innovative Culture. Like, let's get into that. It's a whole collaboration going on. Like, it's a whole different platform. It's a whole new season. It's a whole new girl. Like, so much has happened. So much has evolved. You know, for some of you all, like, this may be your first time meeting me. Like, this may be your first time really getting to know Mooka Chanel. Like, the girl as herself. And then for other of you guys, like, your Shine Tribe. Like, we've been doing this. We've been doing this since 2017, but I feel like we're back and we're better. And by back, I feel like we just have to get into the fact that, like, she's a Black podcaster, like a Black woman podcasting, like in a whole space, in a whole conversation, a whole narrative. And for me, this is important because it's an opportunity for me as a creative to just share a platform and talk and share my voice and talk about things that, like, I'm passionate about, or things I just want to, like, kick the shits about, or things I want to laugh at, or things I want to help my community with. So all in all, I feel like in this moment, it's a pleasure to be here, and I just feel good to be back in this space. But before we get into all of that, we have to just talk about just the whole concept of, like, podcasting, because I feel like as a Black woman, I definitely share a different narrative than others. You know, like, according to Buzzsprout, which is a whole platform with research behind it and everything, only half of the U.S. population listens to podcasts. So, like, do the numbers, that's half of us. And then, like, in that half, there's different cultures, there's different, you know, sections of people that do certain things. And when we get into those numbers, like, there aren't many people of color in these spaces, you know? Like, not every day you just, like, walk upon, like, a podcast studio owned by people of color. Not every day do you meet a Black woman podcaster, you know? Like, and also within this conversation, there's numbers involved where it's like some are making money, some are not. And for me, I feel like coming back into this platform, it's important for me to just move in a way where, like, one day this is going to make some coin. Like, this is going to make a check, because I feel like within this industry, like, it's also lucrative, you know? Like, it's also money to be made. Like, people are actually making money. Like, we got to do a whole catch up, y'all. Like, the girl has been researching. And, you know, we look at people like Joe Rogan, you know, signing a contract for $100 million with Spotify. Like, those are great numbers. But then when you look at the statistics against other parties who have other platforms, you know, you definitely have to break down, like, audiences and all those things. But when you break down those numbers, certain demographics of people are not making those same numbers. And for me, I feel like I have to put myself in a place where, like, I'm ready to talk the numbers. But with that, it comes consistency, you know? Like, being a creative, y'all know I have, like, so many different jobs, like, so many different things that I do. But now I'm returning to self, you know? Like, now it's like, all right, like, back to Mooka Chanel, because as a creative, those things are important. Like, you know, collaborations are great, but you have to in this creative journey, like, also, like, tend to, like, what your message is, as, like, what are you talking about and what are you passionate about? So that's why Shine Season is back, baby. Like, so many things have happened. Like, the girl, last time we talked, it was definitely 2019. And this was like I was in college, Clark Atlanta University. Like, shout out to Find a Way or Make One. Okay, we're gonna get into all of that. Was in school, like as a student. Like, I remember doing an episode on this platform talking about how there was a school shooting. The ghetto. Shout out to Tierra, because that was like a whole thing, like being in the dorms and they were shooting on the promenade. But I don't regret a thing, because made it in, made it out. Made it in, made it out. Okay. But that's a whole, narrative that I've talked about on this platform. Definitely went through my college phase, and now it's like I'm a whole graduate. I've graduated, in 2020, in the height of the pandemic, when like the world ended. Like, I remember the last time I really was like speaking on this platform, I was selling sunglasses to like people that I knew right before going to New York for spring break. And it was just like, I was looking good, feeling good. Everything was good. And then the pandemic hit. And then I feel like the pandemic caused like a whole stop for me as far as like getting reacclimated into like myself and like what that looked like in a pandemic. Like, I have to wear this mask now. I have to be 6 feet away from people now. Like, I can't do the things that I usually do. Things are shut down. Like, we can't talk about stuff. It was a whole thing to get used to. But I got used to it. I got used to it eventually. Like, I got used to it. Had to do the whole distance learning thing. Like, think about it. Like, you're an HBCU student at the height of your prime. Like, Clark Atlanta, going up, spring break. And then you have to, like, take a chill on that because there's this pandemic. Like, something has happened in the world where it's, like, globally, as a society, we're not doing this no more. Like, put your mask on. Go inside. That was crazy. Had to go through all that. But made it out. Made it out, and now we're back. And I say all this to say, I'm just going to be myself on this platform. Like, I'm going to be who I am and just share my voice as a Black woman in the space, as a Black woman in media. Like, this is just what I'm doing. Throughout this season, you're going to see a lot of different things. There's going to be a lot of different guests. I've added some new segments to the show. Like, we're just kicking the shits. Having a good time, feeling good, looking good, uplifting the culture, informing the masses, just being natural to what this whole thing is, but just ready to work and ready to be who we are. All right, y'all. So I'm back recording. We're back with the Shine Tribe, and we're adding some new segments, adding some new topics. So this season, we have a new segment. And fresh off the press, hot off the press, my school, Clark Atlanta, has fresh off the press, Clark Atlanta has collaborated with Nike to create our own first ever dunk. And I think it's dope. I think it's dope that Nike has reached out to these different schools, not only Clark Atlanta, but FAMU, North Carolina A&T, to create a shoe that basically just shows school spirit and school pride and highlighting HBCU culture. So I definitely need me a pair. They released in the year of 2022. We don't have a release date yet, but I just think it's dope that these companies are giving platforms to our institutions because we need it. So I just want to shine a light on that because y'all know I'm a fashion girl and definitely a sneaker girl. So I definitely need me a pair. So another thing that's fresh off the press is definitely the big elephant in the room. Roe versus Wade. The government has taken away some of women's rights in regards to our bodies. And, abortion is definitely a topic of discussion right now. And for me, just as like a woman, as a Black woman, I think my stance in all of this and just how it feels is that, number one, it's upsetting that like a gun has more rights than my body does. But at the same time, just like historically speaking, I feel like now more than ever, just as a Black woman, it's important for me to like rest from these conversations because historically speaking, like I feel like the U.S. government has never really cared about me as an individual or like my body just based off of like past rights. So it's definitely upsetting, but at the same time, instead of like getting angry or getting upset, I make sure that I'm intentional in doing things like supporting community care, mutual aid, things of that nature, just because like I feel like overall, like our government has failed us so many times that as a people, as a society, we have to start challenging them and reimagining what a better future looks like. So instead of like getting upset, I feel like at this point, we need to challenge, strategize, and really just internally care for each other, because the government obviously doesn't know what they're doing. Like, it's just so upsetting. But at the same time, I feel like anger brings space for opportunity for you to like find peace in situations. And for me, how I deal with things of this nature, I just rest, because like my ancestors have done enough. Like me personally, I've done enough, and we just need to challenge our government to do more, because we pay taxes, we pay for things. So we just need to continue to have these conversations, but at the same time challenge these people to do more, because that's really what we pay them for. So yeah. Okay, y'all. So it is now time for the self-care segment of the show. And this time I'm doing things a little bit differently. Like in the past, I definitely would like give tips and like tricks and things like that, like what I'm doing this week or what I'm doing, you know, in this season of my life. But I have these new cards. It's a deck. It's a self-care deck of inspirational deck and a guidebook. And I feel like this has just been helpful during my break from creativity to like tend to like my inner world and like my mental health. So these are cards that my best friend got me, and I'm just gonna pull from the cards, see what they say, and share what the tips are. So let's like, I'm a horrible shuffler. Like shuffling is not my forte at all. We're gonna make it work. It's so funny. Like when I was in the studio earlier, someone was like, "You do tarot?" And no, I do not. These cards definitely remind me of those vibes, but that's not what I'm into. That's not what I'm on. But we're just going to pull and see what the cards are talking about in regards to our self-care. Okay, so boom. Affirmation. Loneliness is the poverty of solitude. Its richness is of self. Today, be the friend to yourself that your heart most desires in another. That was good. That was good, because I feel like, me personally, I don't know about y'all, like, I pride myself on being a good friend, but at the same time, like sometimes that could like work against me, because sometimes I'm so much of a friend to other people that I don't tend to myself first, you know? Like one of the things that's really been helping me while I've been away from you guys and creating content on a regular is going to therapy. Like therapy has helped me majorly, just in my day-to-day life, just in making better decisions, just in upkeeping my mental health, and just doing things that really cater to me before I cater to other people. So I feel like this card was good. So if you're listening to this and you're looking for ways to tend to your self-care, it would be to simply put yourself first. That's what the cards are saying. Okay. Y'all, so this is a new segment that I'm introducing to you guys. Like, as you guys know, like Shine Season is a whole brand. It's more than just a podcast. It's a whole movement. And within this movement, y'all know I'm a fashion girl. Like, so with this brand, like I've created a whole like following where like you guys wear the Shine Season shades, and you guys remember my whole era of like, you know, doing pop-ups, selling merch to my friends, selling merch to people online, in person. So I feel like it's only right to add like a fashion segment. And I don't know about y'all, but like I grew up watching like Fashion Police and just really immersing myself within fashion culture. So I feel like it's only right to like couple this into my content. Like, and I feel like people don't do this anymore. Like, I feel like people don't like rate worst or best dressed. It's just kind of like everyone's dripping. And it's like, that's not true. Like sometimes we need to dissect the look, talk about the look, get into the look, because that's what it's for. And I just enjoy doing that. You know, like I enjoy like judging rich people's clothing, because I feel like if you have money, like it's your obligation to really put that shit on. And not that it requires money to put that shit on, because obviously like you can put on what you want, you know, like to really be fly. It's not about the amount, but I don't know, it's just something about like judging rich people's outfits that I enjoy. But we're going to get into that in this segment. But this segment right here is called The Neighborhood Drip Dealer. And this is basically just like all things fashion. Like every week it won't obviously be like red carpet looks. Like sometimes you never know. I may bring someone on the show who has a fashion line. I might highlight a brand that I'm really rocking or loving right now. I might talk about all things fashion, but just know to the new viewers and old viewers, like this time around, like with the Neighborhood Drip Dealer segment, this is just the time where I talk about fashion and get into the looks. So BET weekend just recently happened and there were a lot of looks. Like there were some good ones, there were some bad ones, and I just want to get into them. So let's rate best or worst dress. First up, we have my girl Ari Lennox. I think she looks so good. Like she looks so good. This particular weekend, BET weekend, I seen her at the Summer Walker concert that Summer did at LA Live, at the Crypto Arena, aka the Staples Center, and she just looked so good in person. Like her body looks amazing, so I feel like whatever she's been doing in the gym, when she applies these garments, like it just translates. Like she looks so good. This asymmetrical black dress moment is giving. Like it's giving. Like the white toes, y'all know I love a sandal foot heel. Like my girl looks good, so I would definitely rate this look from like a 1 to 10. I would rate it a solid 8. I'm gonna give Ari an 8. It's giving. Y'all, this look. Okay, Coi Leray. No, okay. It's like, okay, this is one of the looks where I don't necessarily like love, but I don't necessarily hate. Like she's definitely going for like the diesel denim, moment. But I don't know. It's just something about it that's off to me. Like, I don't know. It's not giving what it's supposed to give to me. And that's what I enjoy about fashion, because it's subjective. Like, I may see a look and I may hate it. You might see a look and you may love it. But all in all, for the rating, I'm going to give this look a 5. Coi gets a 5 for me. Mr. Welcome Like a Dog. Saucy Santana. Santana looked good to me. Like, I love everything about this look. It's fun. It's festive. It's colorful. It's definitely like a red carpet look. Like this structuring and the blazer dress is giving. Like, it's really giving. And this, like, I'm just so proud to see Santana walking on a runway. I'm so proud to see Santana walking on a red carpet, because this man has definitely come a long way. And I feel like he's definitely one of like the trailblazers in hip hop right now. Like, granted, I'm not the biggest fan of his XXL freestyle. Like, I'm not. But all in all, I feel like he creates good bodies of work. And overall, I feel like this look, it gave. The girls are gagging. So all in all, okay, I gotta go back to the rating. My bad. So all in all, I would rate this look. I'm gonna give Santana a 7. Yep, a 7. Giveon. Now, by this point, by the time you're watching this, the BET Awards has aired. And let's just start with the fact that, like, his performance did not give. Like, for him to be an R&B boy, like, I need to hear the vocals, and the vocals did not give. And just overall, like, his look did not give. Like, I don't know. It's something about this that's just, like, off. Like, I kind of fuck with the jacket. I kind of don't. I don't know. It's just not giving to me. Like, it's just not. So overall, I would rate this look a 4. Tim's. She looked regal. Like, this all black. It looked great. Like, she looked very good to me. It's really the hair. Like, this hair is giving me like a throwback 90s vibe. Like, it's just giving black sexy. Like, it's just giving. Like, I love it. So all in all, I would give Tim's, I would give her a 7. A 7. Marseille Martin. Marseille looks, wait, is it Marseille or Marseille? Do we know how to pronounce her name? Marseille. I think it's Marseille. She looks good. She looks all grown up. Like this balance between like the camel and then like the bejeweled jacket and the structure of the skirt. It just gives me like early 2000s glamour, which I really appreciate and love. I honestly feel like she's the best dress of the night. So easily she gets a 10 for me with this look. And then she had two looks. Like, I love an outfit change. This red carpet look, it definitely gave mature. It definitely gave like older, grownish. So this also, I'm not gonna give this a 10 because I like the other look better. But overall, the rating for this, she's definitely gonna get, we're gonna give her 8.5. At the real Kyle sister. Ari, here's the thing about Ari. Like, I feel like she's one of those public figures who doesn't take criticism well, because as y'all know, like, this look was like a topic of social media for about like a couple of days, because all in all, like, I don't hate this look. Like, this look is not horrible, but to me, it does not translate. I'm walking on the red carpet, you know? And like I said, like, Ari doesn't take criticism well. So when the girls were saying that the look was given Tulum, the look was giving vacation, spring break, like, she was definitely on her, bitch, you ain't never walked the red carpet. But like, that's not the point. Like I said when I started this segment, like, everybody gets a joy out of like judging rich people, because it's like, you're rich. Like, we could talk about you. That doesn't mean you don't have feelings, but it's like, this is what you decided to do with your money. And overall, I feel like Ari, like, she dresses nice to me, but I don't know, like, this dress, when I see this dress, I think vacation. I don't think you're going on an award show. I think she's a beautiful girl. I think, like, you know, she has a beautiful physique. And sometimes too, like, another thing that could be tricky, when you do looks like this, like, according to your body type, it wears a certain way. And for me, I just feel like, coupled with her physique and the hair and the makeup and the shoes, like, it doesn't give me that you're going to an award show. It gives me vacation. And I'm not going to say that she was badly dressed. I just feel like there was something off about it, because I've seen Ari dress better than this before. Like, I've seen her pull certain looks. Granted, I'm not like the biggest Ari fan, but I just feel like, I don't know, there's something off about this look. So all in all, for just taking into consideration everything, I'm going to give Ari a 4. The motherfucking city girls looked like money. Like, I feel like JT looked good. Young Miami looked good. Like, I just feel like this look is just, it's giving what it's supposed to give. And if I'm not mistaken, Marseille and JT, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Marseille and the City Girls have the same stylist. So I just feel like Byron was definitely on the assignment for these looks, because they're just giving, like, this pearl drapery in JT's dress, like this, like, I don't know, like this head cover, like, it's just giving. Like, to me, it's giving a award show. So all in all, coupled together as a group, I'm going to give both looks the rating of a 9. The City Girls get a 9 for me. Jada Waiter. Jada Waiter. Now, this look was also another look that was in conversation on the timelines, and I'm personally a fan of it. I feel like it's different. I feel like her wearing her natural hair, the body, the accessories, the styling for this look, I personally like it. Like, I feel like it's different. It's innovative. It's not something that I've ever seen Jada in before. I don't know. I really like this, like, architectural top. Like, it's the structure of it is giving fun for me. I did see some comments, people saying that she looks like a tooth. I don't feel like she looks like a tooth. I feel like it's different. And that's the thing that I enjoy about fashion. Like, it creates these conversations. Like, I may have an opinion, you may have an opinion, but all in all, it's a look, whether you like it or you hate it. And all in all, I'm going to give Jada a 7. Speed for Change is a Black woman-run organization dedicated to changing the stigma around mental health. And from July 6th through the 30th, we're collaborating with other nonprofits to host a back-to-school drive. So DM any one of these pages to figure out how you can support. All right, y'all. So some things never change, and y'all know I love me some music. So now we're going to get into the Who's on Aux segment. Now, this is the time in the show where I basically just get into it. Like, this is the time in the show where if we in the car and we driving around and I put you on aux, like, who are you playing? Now, since I don't have a guest, we're just going to do who I've been playing recently. So right now in this season of my life was definitely getting played like nonstop. Like, I can't stop playing this song. I can't stop listening to this song. I can't stop enjoying this song. Like, and before I even get into the song, we need to just get into like my love for this person. Y'all know I love me some fucking Beyonce. Like, Beyonce is that girl. Like, I'm looking forward to the album, but right now who's definitely on aux is definitely Beyonce, Break My Soul. Like, I feel like it's just a fun record. It's a record that definitely, for me, I play that like when I'm stressed. It's like a good stress reliever just because of what she's talking about. And even just the sound, like it definitely has like that Nola bounce, Big Frida starting the song off. Like, it's just fun. Like, it gives the girls like something to get ready to. Like, I love that song. It's just, it has a great message. It has a great feeling. And I feel like the whole intention behind that song is to just dance. So that's definitely something that I'm playing. Another artist who's on aux right now would definitely have to be Gotta Move On by Diddy. Like, I really enjoy that song. That's another song that like, it has like a dancing feeling. Like, I feel like this summer is definitely a dancing summer just based off of like the top releases that have been put out lately, like from R&B to hip hop. I feel like it's definitely time to dance. So Gotta Move On by Diddy featuring Bryson Tiller is definitely on aux. Cause it's just a feel good record. Like, it just gives me summertime. So that's definitely what I'm playing. Another artist who's on aux right now would definitely have to be Lakia featuring Lotto, Mind Your Business. Like, that song right there, that song puts me like in a bag. It puts me like in a mood where it's like, it can't get no better. Like, she starts off the song saying, first off, bitch, mind your business. Like, more people need to do that. More people need to take note of the lyrics within that song. So that's definitely a hit that I'm playing. And just album wise, I feel like something that definitely has like a good playback value for me is definitely Kendrick's album, The Big Steppers and Mr. More. Am I saying it right? I'm gonna look it up. Hold on. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, or is it Big Steppers and Mr. Morale? Mr. Morale and Big Steppers. Okay. Just album wise, something I'm definitely playing from like beginning to end is Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers by Kendrick. His last TDE album. Overall, I just love me some Kendrick, and I feel like it's a good body of work. Like, I feel like overall it's a story. Like, I don't even really feel like it's an album. Like I said, I feel like it's a body of art. Like, it's a whole collection of songs. Like, from everything that he's talking about, I definitely align with, you know, like from mental health, just from Black culture, from relationships and personal relationships. I feel like he's definitely getting vulnerable in this album, just, you know, as a hip hop artist. Like, I don't really hear a lot of hip hop artists talking about therapy or talking about how they're healing their relationships and healing family trauma and what it feels like to have, you know, a lesbian aunt. Like, he's just unpacking so many things, and I feel like for me, it definitely has a playback value. Like, you know, it's definitely something that I appreciate, even down to like the creative direction behind the cover art. You know, Renelle doing the photography behind it. Like, it's just something that I'm really enjoying. So that is definitely on aux. And I feel like overall, like, my favorite song from that album is Rich Spirit. Like, it's just great. Like, Rich Spirit, broke phone. Okay, bitch, I'm attractive. Can't fuck with you no more. I'm fasting. Like, how do you not love that song? So that's definitely on aux. And this time around with the Who's on Aux segment, I'm doing something a little different. You know, like, I don't have to always highlight, you know, mainstream artists. You know, we can do local. We can do, you know, you got a friend that rap, a cousin that rap, you know, a best friend that sings. Like, we can highlight these people. So let me put y'all on to another artist who's on aux. And right now, my Let Me Put You On artist is definitely Sean F. I'm definitely bumping that Talk to Me like all summer. Like, I feel like that record, it just has an energy. it has like an energy of summertime. It has an energy of like LA lifestyle. For those of you guys who aren't familiar, Sean Ebb is a local LA artist from Hawthorne. He just putting on for that section of LA. And I feel like, you know, he's been showing some consistency. So that's definitely something that I'm playing right now. Like, so Talk to Me. Talk to Me is a mood. Because it's like the things that he's saying in the song, like when you're really listening to like the lyrics, it's just like, it's just like, it's like a cocky, slow jam bop. Like, watch how you talk to me. Watch what you say to me. Like, I really fuck with that song, so.
Got it out the mud, that's how you do it. When you working hard, them niggas know you getting to it. All black, double R's, I'm into them. And them pretty thick bitches, we done all ran through them. Hoes tell the same lies, I been knew it. They wanna come around when they wrong, I could prove it's a whole different type of flex that a nigga doing. I was up in class writing raps, I been a student. To the game, into the books. We'll serving niggas in class like, come and take a look. Ayy, hitting all these hoes in the dorms, had me whooped. Really made it out, them hate niggas really should. Never gave a fuck, never will, they know what's good. I'm a young champion, you can check my stats, real nigga, what I'm averaging. I've been growing up, been working on my money management. Niggas say he passionate about shit that ain't extravagant. Lame ass nigga, shut up. I told him, watch how you talk to me. Watch what you say to me. Watch what you say to me. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Watch how you talk to 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 me. Yeah. Tell that hate nigga, watch how you talk to me. Come with respect. Oh God, it's gonna be your biggest regret. I ain't gotta brag about the shit that I'm doing. You can see how we moving, you can see what we doing. Young nigga, all these bags that we cashing. We done hit all them little hoes that do lashes. Let them talk, niggas really hating cause we have it. Oh God, we them niggas, we not bragging. I ain't playing with my feelings. I need real millions. I need hard tops, big whips, glass buildings. Cause I came from dirty hallways and low ceilings. They count and shine out and try to treat them like a villain. You bet I hit my phone when I touch my first million. To all the hoes that left me in the dust with a feeling. And all them niggas speaking on my name, I ain't mention. Learn how to get your chili up and stop bitching. I told him, watch how you talk to me. Watch what you say to me. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Watch how you talk to 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 me.
All right, y'all. So now is the time of this show where we get into the tea, honey. We get into the tea because the tea be hot. The tea be hot in these streets. And as the Cubs say, let me talk my shit, okay? Listen and learn. Okay, so this is a new segment for the Shine Season podcast. And this is basically just the time in the show where the listeners speak to me. They write into me and we just, you know, we talk. We give advice. We listen and we learn. So tea time is just when you basically tell me your business and I give you what I think or what I would do or, you know, what I would say. So let's get into the submissions for this episode. Okay, so for the sake of people's identities, we're just going to keep, you know, the entries anonymous. So let's get into it. Okay, so from anonymous, it reads, my nigga who not my nigga think he can have his cake and eat it too. Like he want to be able to talk to other people, but when I do, it's a problem. Girl, why he buy a ticket for the same cruise I'm going on next month just to keep track of me and to make sure I don't be talking to other people, huh? Talking about I better watch myself. Like he really crazy. What would you do? So let's unpack this because it's a lot of unpacking. Like I feel like you threw a lot at me. Like you're a nigga who's not your nigga. Let's start with that. This is not your nigga. So like, why is it even a problem? I think number one, what I would do in this situation is definitely like get clarity just on what exactly are we doing? Not clarity in a way where it's like, are you my boyfriend or not? Are we dating or not? But it's just like, what are you doing? Because for you to like write in this entry, my nigga who not my nigga, who's my nigga, like, it's like there's a lack of clarity here. Like, does he, like, in the way that he's moving, like, does he think he's your nigga and he really not? Or like, do you think you're with him and you're really not? Like, we just need to solidify that, you know? Like, is this a friends with benefits? Is this someone that you just have fun with? Is this someone that you just go on dates with? Or is this someone that you're like actually dating? I feel like step one is like getting clarity on the situation. Like, what exactly are we doing? And then step number two, I feel like boundaries, you know, like you have to establish these boundaries. Like, he bought a ticket, if I'm reading correctly, he bought a ticket to the same cruise as you and you feel like he's doing this to keep track of you, to make sure that you're not talking to other people. And again, it just comes with like, number one, getting clarity on your situation, because are you in a situation where you feel like you're only exclusively talking to this person? Or are you like in a situation where like you're talking to other people as well, or in addition to talking to this person? Like, just get some clarity on that, because just get the clarity and enforce the boundaries. Like, I feel like that's going to help the situation a lot. And yeah, but like, you let me know, write me back, how the situation goes or how it went. Cause I don't know, like the timing of things. I don't know if it already happened or not by the time you wrote in, but definitely let me know, girl. But what I would do, like if I were me, if this was my tea, I would, one, get clarity on my situation, and two, just figure out boundaries about how I move with this person. You know, like there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having tough conversations with people, or not even tough. I would say uncomfortable sometimes, because for some people, like they feel like conversations like that could either end something or begin something. But all in all, like, you need to talk. Like, we're all grown here. You need to figure out what you're doing. So yeah, just have a conversation with this person, because it just seems like from your submission, like there's some fog in the connection, you know? And I feel like once you establish that, you'll be able to feel how you feel about him showing up to the cruise, or feel how you feel about him just maneuvering with you. So yeah, just figure that out, sis. Or yeah, figure that out, sis, because you said niggas, so figure it out. Okay. All right, let's get into the other flavor of tea, honey. So from another anonymous entry, it reads, "Since it's tea time, mini story." I love a story. "I went on a friend's birthday trip 2 years ago. Oh, wait. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, so let's get into the other flavor of tea, because y'all know I love many flavors of tea, you know, like write me in anything. Okay, so let's get into it. So from another anonymous entry, it reads, "Since it's tea time, mini story. I went on my friend's birthday trip 2 years in a row, and this bitch is expensive. But when it was time for my birthday, she flaked both times. Am I wrong for flaking on... Am I wrong for flaking on her birthday this year?" I'm going to sip some tea on this one, because I'm a big birthday person. Like, to me, like birthdays mean a lot. Like, I'm a person that's big on, like, when it's time for my birthday, it's a national holiday. Like, I feel like when it's my birthday, like, everyone needs to be in attendance. Everyone needs to be in formation, because it's like, this is the one time in the year where I celebrate like myself and all that I've gone through, like up until birth till now. So like, when it's my birthday, like in this predicament, like if it was me, like my birthday, like I don't play by my birthday. So the fact that you have even been like showing up to her birthday and like making strides to like be there and support her life in that way, and it hasn't been reciprocated, like you're better than me. Cause all you really realistically, like, you got about one time to show me you don't care about me on my birthday, and I'm gonna just feel away forever after that, unless you like make it up in some way. And obviously she hasn't made it up, because like she continues to flake on your birthday. So to answer your question, are you wrong for not showing up to her birthday? I'm gonna say no. Like, and not because we do things because it has to be like, oh, you do this for me, I do this for you, and that's how we do things. I'm not saying that, but it's just like, all in all, you're not wrong. Like, if you feel like I've shown my support before, I've shown up for her birthday before, or his or her birthday, like, I've done this before, you know, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with sitting things out. And a lot of times too, like, you have to be conscious of the fact that, like, like I said, like birthdays brings out a lot of emotions in people. And for some people, like when it comes to their birthday, they just start inviting anybody, like anybody who would show up, anybody would come, you know, and I know everyone's different. Like everybody, like a listener may be listening to this, like you're doing all this over a birthday. Like, but that goes to show you like everybody views birthdays differently. And like based off your entry, it definitely seems like you're someone who cares about birthdays. And if that caring energy hasn't been reciprocated, I feel like there's nothing wrong with taking a step back, falling back, and just being like, you know what, this year, for such and such, like I'm gonna sit it out. Like I've shown my support before. There's nothing wrong with that. Like you're not wrong for establishing that boundary. So yeah, I feel like the topic of the T entries of this segment have definitely been like boundaries and clarity. So we're just gonna lead with that. That was a T for this episode. But, you know, moving forward, submit your tea to the pod. You know, we're going to get into it. So just let me know, you know, if you want to be featured, if you want your situation to be talked about, just hit me up. Let's get into the tea. All right, y'all. That concludes this episode of the Shy Season podcast. I just want to take this time in the show to really just thank like my loyal supporters and everyone who's to come. Like I'm just very excited for this new season of content for myself. Like I said, like you guys have never seen me before. It's always been like a visual thing. It's always been, you know, an ear-to-ear experience, but now we face-to-face, or ear-to-ear, however you listen. But I just want to say thank you to everyone who has ever tapped in to the brand, to the podcast, to the movement. Like I just want to say I appreciate you all so much for just sticking it through with me. You know, like I know it's been a lot of back and forth since 2017, but you know, we here. And also I just want to like acknowledge, like, cheers to new beginnings and new situations. Like, you know, shout out to Innovative Culture, my new partner in this podcasting thing. And there's just a lot more dope content to come. Like I said, like a lot more guests, a lot of different topics. Like just keep in touch. Just keep your eye on me, you know, like Shine Tribe. We're in there for the long run, not the short. So yeah, that concludes this episode, and I'm gonna talk to y'all later.